up as always, guys? It's me, the lovely, awesome J. Kuro, and of course my guest and best friend,
Solespring.
Winston would have been here, but he had to go find the traffic light that he missed last time. So
Yeah, I think he lost that thing.
so he's out looking for it.
He actually took it down off the pole.
Isn't that illegal?
I don't know. Then he can do whatever you want to do.
I want one.
He's Winston Savage.
But if you've been keeping up with video game news, and if you're a gamer, you should. There's been a cure for cancer. PSN's been down so long, the cure for cancer has been found.
I thought you didn't want to jump right into PSN.
Well, we're not going to jump into it. We're just going to bring it up because you can't not bring it up. It's the only thing anyone wants to talk about for the last week or so.
I haven't talked about PSN. Well, I talked about it with you.
Yeah.
I guess. Preparing.
So if you know you're a gamer, the only thing anyone's been talking about is PSN, but we'll get to that later because that's going to be a long discussion.
Probably so. So,
Full
have
of
you been
funness.
playing any new games or any games?
I've been messing with this game called the Dishwasher Vampire Smile.
Dishwasher Vampire Smile.
Yeah, you hear it and you immediately think like, I don't know. Maybe somebody gave George Bush a developing company. And
that sounds folksy.
Weird. It's fun, but it's just one of those games you look at like, I feel like I just walked into Saw, but this was made for emo kids.
Saw.
But there's more logic to it. You like watch the movie like, how did that guy not die? He was dead 5 seconds ago, and how did he live while in water that long? It's a lot more logical, but it's I don't know. It's cool though. Bloody, gory, random fun.
So what's the name of it?
Dishwasher Vampire Smile.
Man, that's like as long as some church names. I'm not going to get on to bashing the church. I love the church.
Aside from that, I've been messing with the Hulu Plus feature on Xbox
Lord
Live.
have mercy.
It's free.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll
it
get into
is
that.
free.
That's the topic. We'll get into
So,
that in a
but
second.
am I going to get to discuss the game that I've been playing?
Sure. What have you been playing?
I haven't been playing anything. Next topic.
That's why we work for black people.
I just thought
it's right here.
Why I got to be black?
Well, I'm brown. I'm not really black.
Yeah, you black in spurts.
Yeah, I have my black moments that last for about 2 seconds, and I retreat back into the I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. Let's go on to what's up? What's going on? What's up?
You tell me what's going on. What's up? This is your show.
Oh yeah, this is my show. I can do what I want.
I guess so.
Respect my authority.
I'm glad you don't have that shirt on again this week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you burned it.
Yeah, I'm glad you came in topless today. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. She is not topless. Today.
But on to topics before we get into some weird non-erotic conversation. I'm not arousing. There's Hulu Plus, which was added to Xbox Live recently. I think it was maybe yesterday.
Yeah.
So there's that, which in my personal opinion, I don't understand Hulu Plus. Why would I pay for something that still has ads and I can get for free online? It's not that much of a variety.
And it's not that much of a variety. And the biggest thing, and we talked about it earlier, why are you looking at pen? The biggest thing that we talked about earlier is that some of the stuff is still web only.
Yeah.
Even though you pay for they're saying it's free for what, a week?
A week.
Even though you pay for Hulu Plus, some of the stuff can still only be watched on the computer.
Oh, my community.
Where is the community?
This isn't a sponsored message.
You just want to take another peek at Theo, that lifelong crush.
No.
You didn't get hard heavy into the community until Theo showed up wearing his dad's sweater.
Troy's awesome.
Yeah.
But
right.
But nah, Hulu Plus is not one of those things I'll really put money into. It's free for a week though, so if you want to jump on that bandwagon, go ahead and do it.
I think it's ridiculous because one, you got to pay for a service that's free. You know, there's a couple of advertisements, but one thing I noticed about Hulu, they're adding more advertisements in. Yeah. It's like it used to be only one commercial every little break. Now it's 2
million commercials, and
now it's catching up to cable.
Yeah,
and
so
it's ridiculous.
So I'm gonna pay to watch cable on my computer.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay to watch cable on my computer. I think
that's what YouTube is for.
Exactly, right? And Lord, YouTube, please go back to the days when you didn't have all the commercials. I don't care about the car. I want to see that compilation of drunk people falling over that I've seen a million times when I need to get a laugh, when I'm at, I don't watch YouTube I watch YouTube at work, but
But no, I don't want to go to a video and be stopped by, hello, have you or anyone in your family died recently from this disease?
I have diabetes. I really don't, I understand. I have a son with type 1 diabetes, so I know it's a serious disease or whatever, but I don't want to be reminded of the heralds of my life when I'm on YouTube. When I'm on YouTube, I usually want to see something funny. When I go to Hulu, I'm usually wanting to watch something that I enjoy. I'm not going to buy a new car. I'm not going to buy this new package of whatever you're trying to sell. I'm not going to do that. So if I'm paying you, can you at least take out some of the advertisements? I just think it's ridiculous.
Yep.
And
I just want to have a poll or something just to prove my point. Have you ever bought anything that Hulu advertised? Or even looked it up at all?
Have you clicked in the middle of the advertisement?
Or did you walk away from the computer or look somewhere else for about 30 seconds?
Or did you cuss for the next 15 seconds?
That would be my category. Just make up words and just start.
Are you serious? I usually go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I never make it. But thank goodness I watch most of my stuff on my iPhone. I'm upgrading to an iPad whenever I get some money. That'll be like a year from now, whatever. I'm trying to buy a first gen one. I'm trying to buy a first gen. Yeah, when iPad 4 comes out, I'm going to be looking for the first generation for cheap. And then I'm going to negotiate. Fine. Hey, if you on Craigslist and you got a hot iPad, I'm joking.
But I won't spend too much time on this. Let's move on until we can get into the bigger, juicier story that I can't wait to talk about.
Lord have mercy.
Next would be the Assassin's Creed supposed 3 announcement.
I guess.
It's actually Assassin's Creed Revelations. It's not really confirmed to be Assassin's Creed 3, but there has been some talk about it being the next big major retail console game.
And it's full game.
Yeah.
Full game.
Not the DS version where I'm like walking around with a stick figure of Altair. Just, I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of portables. I don't care how big the graphics are. I'm not a fan of portables.
I was a fan of one portable, and I'm going to give it a shout out. Sega, Game Gear, we miss you. We love you.
Yeah.
Come back. Also, Game Gear, could you look over at Lidl 1? We're looking for the GoBots as well. I know that, Transformers are making big money. I would like to see a GoBots movie. Somebody, please. Michael
also,
Bay's
Mega
brother.
Shark needs to make a comeback.
Oh, Lord. Oh, goodness. I'm on a Lord kick today because you're saying some crazy stuff. Yeah. Go to Netflix and look up Mega Shark and Crocodicalypse or something like that. Just a Mega Shark.
Mega Shark and hijinks ensue. But of course,
Jaleel White stars in it. Oh, I just had to throw that in there.
It's Urkel.
It's like one of the greatest actors of all time. He should have been Batman.
Oh God! You want to imagine? Think of Urkel as Batman. Just think of how that might.
You know who I want? Who I want? I want him to play Shepard in the Mass Effect movie right now. Everybody, mark it down. Vote thumbs up. Jaleel White as Commander Shepard in Mass Effect, the movie.
I would rather Marky Mark play Commander Shepard.
Next topic.
Yeah. But of course, the Assassin's Creed title will be talked about in Game Informer. Is it?
It's in Game Informer.
The main issue of Game Informer should be
Game Informer in the main issue. Yeah.
So look for it in there, and also E3 is not next month. Well, kind of next month because by the time this posts, it'll be May.
Yeah, it'll be May.
So next month, E3 will be there. So more announcements then. So
which I will not be going to see.
I know, but we will be at PAX Prime.
PAX Prime.
Yay! But yay! PSN topic. And before we get into this, let's state that I need a disclaimer first, to where these are the views of me, my opinion, not the entire site, just my personal opinion.
And I guess mine. Well, I have no choice but to agree with her, or I'm fired.
Yeah.
So,
drink your water. Yeah, it's my house. But if you've been living under a rock, you probably don't know that PSN has been down for a week now.
Yeah.
And it was from hacks, supposedly. And of course, at first, I'm like, I don't really care what's going on. Not really a big deal at all. I'm not really concerning myself with anything that goes on with Sony. Not that I have anything against Sony. I just don't have a PlayStation, so I don't concern myself with PlayStation issues if I don't own one.
Mm-hmm.
But it did kind of get my attention when you found out that people's information had been compromised, and they didn't tell anyone for a couple of days. To where the hack actually happened, I think it was on the 17th of April. And they released a statement stating that everyone's information had been compromised maybe a couple of days afterward, like 3 or 4 days. So on Sony's part, that's kind of shady.
It may be kind of shady, but they're in panic mode right now. You see the Xbox, Microsoft, they've had an OS system that's been getting hacked to pieces out for years. So when Xbox Live gets hacked, they don't panic. They're like, we get hacked all the time because our software is crummy. So they don't panic. Sony, let's remember, Microsoft's American, Sony's Japanese. We get hacked. We like, okay, whatever.
When it comes down to it, it's not really about Microsoft versus Sony, because like someone else had told me, it's really the lesser of two evils. It's like pick your poison. Both of them have issues. But my gripe with Sony is that they're making this whole thing like it's someone else's fault. It's not ours. Well, take responsibility for your system and what happened. When Microsoft messes up, I'll say Microsoft messed up.
Pretty much.
With their service like Xbox Live, I like Xbox Live. But at the same time, do not go up on the price because you will lose a customer.
It's $50 a year.
$50 that I'm a broke college student.
$50 a year. $50 a year.
I will pay for it, but if it goes up, I will not anymore.
You mean to tell me you can't find $50 for a year? And how many bad games have you bought? You buy more than one a year. So just one bad game, because you up there, you like, should I get this or not? Should I get this or not? Wet. Yes, Wet was a horrible game. But not to buy games like Iron Man 2 on Xbox 360. I don't know how many times I'm like, Jay, don't buy it. It's going to suck. How many ports? But I want to be Tony Stark and I want to fly love Robert Downey Jr. and blah, 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 blah.
2 hours later.
50 hours later. What the filth flaunt? If I had some beeps.
We can generate some.
I'm not going to do that in post.
But I know a lot of people have brought up lately that this isn't the first time systems gotten hacked and it's not Sony's fault. Well, my personal opinion on that part of the topic is it might be not the first time someone got hacked before. But this is the first time it happened on such a big scale. It happened without being at the fault of any one of the customers.
Wait. Hold on. My day job is an IT professional. I've been an IT professional for over 13 years, right? Whenever a system gets hacked, it's the fault of the people who are supposed to protect the system. I've done intrusion detection. When they get in your network, it's your fault. So Sony, they got in your network, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You take the blame. Microsoft continues to release patches because they know their software has holes in it, and guess whose fault it is? Theirs. They release patches to try to clean it up. Sony, it's your fault.
But and then there's other people who say like they're going to jump ship, which in my opinion is also a very dumb decision to where things get hacked all the time. I don't advise you to put out your credit card information on PSN anymore and cancel cards, but I wouldn't advise you to completely abandon Sony and get an Xbox.
I'm going to tell you this. I've seen more information, personal information, given away on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When you can go up there and see somebody's entire birth date, you really don't want to give away that information. Just in my field, okay? I work in security. As IT security, you don't want to give the information up. A little bit of information can go a long way. You know what I mean? But and when I bought my house and my information was compromised. You know what I did? I put fraud alerts on all of my stuff and I watched it. When something came up, my identity's been stolen. When it came up, canceled it. Got my money back. Yeah. It was good to go.
But I don't know. The entire situation just seems very shady. With Sony. I mean, I'm not, like I said before, I'm not against Sony. I just think that the entire situation is something that everyone's kind of sweeping under the rug, saying that, oh, it's not Sony's fault, and yes, it's Sony's fault.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Microsoft did it.
I'm going to say Steve Jobs did it.
Jobs ain't even worried about that. Not until 2012 when that Apple Sega combined system comes out.
It's coming. Applega.
I'm a Mac head, by the way. I own Macs. Do I own Macs?
PC rules sometimes when it's not crashing.
Out of our laptops, whose laptop has the most problems?
Shut up.
By leaps and bounds.
We're not talking about this right now. Sony, give me a laptop. You don't even make laptops. Never mind. Give me money to get a laptop. Which brings me to something else. The whole compensation thing with people that play PlayStation 3, where it's down for 2 weeks. Most people pay for like subscriptions to things in like the span of a year. So unless it's down for a month, you're most likely not getting compensation.
Yeah, but I think Sony should drop the price of the PlayStation 3 to like $199 so I can buy one. Yeah. You'll get another fan, Sony. Drop the price.
Do it. But yeah, just I don't think there's any compensation in works at all.
So all in all, let's make a prediction, right? When is PSN going to be back up?
Well, I think they stated it's going to be back up like May 3rd. They're going to make some kind of public statement or whatever tonight about whatever happened. Because there's been some congressmen or whatever calling him out, like saying Sony was a bad person, a company for what happened.
Sony's going to say this. We don't know what happened. We don't know who did it.
George Bush, and we just say gibberish and walk away.
You know,
get on that horse, you got to ride it. You just say random things and walk away.
Left hand now knows what the right hand's doing. I love George W. Bush. He should come out with a comedy series.
He should have a CD.
Yeah.
Simply W.
W should have a late night show. Get rid of, move out Jay Leno.
He's been around too long.
And just get me 3 straight hours of W. Give me 3 hours of W.
We call him G-Dub from now
on. I'm calling him W.
W.
And that's the name of the show. W. And spell it out. D-U-D-D-Y-A.
How many D's are in that?
W. D-U-B-B-Y-A. W.
Wow.
Or D-U-B hyphen Y-A. So it appeals to the black people.
Yeah.
We like hyphens.
All in all, though.
Hyphens and apostrophes.
Hand,
I'm so off on a tangent right now.
I know.
Because of this war.
We gotta write this down later. Just patent this stuff, man. But all in all, Sony messed up. Do better. It's not gonna ruin your sales. I mean, people are so Sony enthusiastic these days where it's not going to ruin anything.
I'm in the middle of the line here. I hear the Sony apologists. I'm like, grow up. It's bad as it seems. Yes, it is. Realize that. And then you got the people, look, Sony sucks. Xbox have their trouble as well. So, nobody's really like, hey.
All companies make their mistakes.
I'm just tired of people saying, I can't play my PlayStation because the PSN network is down. Don't they have single-player modes in it? Don't they make those?
I want to point out to some gamers who are getting so butthurt about this, too. Remember back in the day when you didn't have online gameplay? It was just you by yourself in your room playing, you and Link on adventures for hours on end. Then one day you decided, hey, I cannot be by myself anymore. I can find friends online and play. And I can annoy the crap out of them. Some of the best gaming was done back in the day when we didn't have other people on games with us. And personally, I like single-player games a lot more than multiplayer.
Yeah, but nothing got your ball going than playing a friend in Tecmo Bowl and you going up and down the screen because you had to zigzag and you zag as they dive. You zig right as they dive and they miss you and they the last one to tell you going for a touchdown and you just throwing your hands up and
throwing dynamite.
Throwing your hands up with a Nintendo controller was very scary because it had them sharp corners on it. You can put an eye out with that thing.
Come down with an aneurysm.
Yeah, that's back when it was easy to play a game. 2 buttons and a D-pad.
Yup.
Now we got triggers and right bumper sticks and jelly beans all over.
Gamers claw and all that mess.
It's ridiculous.
But we have one more topic today, and let's move on to that before we go into the rant about things that don't even make sense to anybody at all. We're giving away a game.
Hooray!
Yay! This is where music would play and there'd be confetti everywhere in your room, but we're too lazy for that. So just imagine it's happening right now that we're behind you.
I'll make some sound effects. Keep talking.
Yay! But we're giving away a copy of Infamous 2. Of course, if you know anything, it's not out yet, but we will have it shipped to the winner on the day of the release. And some awful music.
Oh, my bad.
But of course, if you want to qualify to win that, we will leave a link to another page to explain the details of that. And go check it out if you want to win Infamous 2.
Win Infamous 2.
Flattering me will also help you win. Maybe.
So you look so good in the studio today. This light cascading. Can I touch your wrist?
You can touch my pinky.
I'll take your pinky.
Yeah.
But Infamous 2. I think it's going to be a hot game. So
yeah. So want to win that? Go check out the link that may be anywhere on this page.
Wow, that's like concrete evidence.
It'll be on the page. It's going to be here. But go check that out, and that's all the topics we have today. If you have any comments about anything, let us know. And anything you'd like to say?
I wish I could win Infamous 2. And somebody find the GoBots. Soul Springs out!
Peace.